Hi, everybody. I'm in Columbia, South Carolina, and this is my friend Reggie. We just met for the first time in real life. First met on our online support group for homeless people. And Reggie is pretty demanding that we meet here at the library. Now I know why. They have an amazing social work department.
Oh yeah, they are amazing. I've never seen anything like it here. That compares to the how helpful the social workers are here, and they're on top of everything. They will help you find resources, aid, just support in general for the homeless community.
Reggie said that they helped him more than homeless services here in the city.
Yep.
That's amazing. So let's meet the social work department here at the library. Hi, everybody. I am in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm at the main library, and I'm with Lee Patterson, who is the manager.
Library social work manager.
So I have a friend, Reggie, who is part of our online support group, and he wanted to meet here. And he immediately took me up to your offices. And on the way, he was telling me, I get more support here than I do other homeless services. And then I walk into your offices, you have a dedicated space that's beautiful. I mean, the whole library is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And you're serving the homeless population and low-income population.
And anyone.
And I have a bunch of questions. So
Okay.
First, tell me about it. Tell me what you do, how it started.
Sure. So it started back in 2013. The Knight Foundation had a grant, and they wanted to figure out how can a library impact the community. So if something as massive as the Affordable Care Act comes down, how does the library, how are we involved in helping the community understand the law, and how do we help them, find out their answers? And so it's kind of how it started. We thought we were going to do a bunch of educational forums and talk about the law and the pages and all that kind of thing. And people were just like, what does it mean to me? Like, let me go through it. What do I need? What is it going to cost me? And that's kind of how this started, of really providing individualized one-on-one services to people face-to-face of what do you need, and then how can we help you achieve that?
So first, thank you, Knight Foundation. This is wonderful. I'm excited because I love seeing community-based services that, homeless, and it's not that homeless services are doing anything bad. They're taxed. There's not enough resources. There's too much need. But this came about because of the Affordable Health Care Act?
Yep, absolutely.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
And so what percentage of low-income or homeless people, and how, tell me about the clients that you serve.
So we try to keep as little demographics as possible. So we've got an intake form, as most social workers do, but we just try to only ask the questions that we need answers to. That's kind of one of the methods of a low barrier program that we're trying to have. So I don't have a lot of income information to tell you, because a lot of times that doesn't come up. But I can tell you that most of our clients probably have no or very little income. They're either receiving Social Security disability, or they have none. They could be doing day labor at one of the day labor places up the street. A lot of them are, not housed. So they're either in shelters, they are doubled up, they are living on the streets. We do have a good number of them who are housed, who are having just tough times making ends meet. Most of our clients tend to be females, and they tend to be in their 50s, but we are happy to serve anyone that walks through our doors.
So I got to back up a little bit, because you said the magic words, low barrier.
Right.
So your services are low barrier.
We try.
Could you clarify that or explain that a
Sure.
little?
So we are in the library, but we do not require a library card. We do not require that you are a resident of Richland County. So Lexington County, I've had phone calls from Georgia asking about Georgia's Medicaid program. I don't live in Georgia, but I can go online and try to help you decipher what it says. So we just, if you can call, if you can walk in, if you can email, then we try to help you.
So basically, you're filling this gap, helping people navigate the madness of social services.
Right.
I personally, because I work with homeless people mostly and connected to the homeless sector, I am always ranting, it's broke, it's broke, it's broke. And recently, I became caregiver of my mother and getting my mom into a nursing home and trying to get social services for her. It was like, it's all broke. It's not just the homeless sector. It's maddening.
There's a lot going on, a lot of different parts, and so we just try to help the community understand parts of it. We try to do to network with our community. We work really closely with our United Way and other community agencies, so we can know people by name. We can call them by name and say, hey, I have a question with how this works. We just, we're all trying to understand it together. It's a constantly moving parts. There's something's changing all the time, and so networking has been a really big part of it, and having someone to call and say, hey, yesterday this was this way and today it's this way, what's going on, and just helping our clients get their needs met.
I've been traveling for 11 years, and I first started seeing this. I remember I was at a library in Boulder, and the security guard kind of just started providing social services because he was just sick of kicking people out, so he started giving referrals. And then I know San Francisco started hiring social workers. It started to become a thing. And then a few years back, the Dallas Library, and we both know Joe, invited me, and I did a vlog. I'll link below. And I just think it's a wonderful thing. How many libraries are doing it?
Unfortunately, we don't know. There's a group of us trying to get that data together, or as we know people come on, we add them to this group, but we just don't know. It's at one point it was less than 50. I would still probably say it's less than 60 across the country.
Wow.
It's growing, but we're just kind of a small knit group trying to make things happen in libraries, really working together, talking about programming or programs, or how our programs are working. What services are you providing and how are you doing it? It's been a really great resource, just given the fact that I'm not supervised by a social worker. So sometimes having that resource of, well, what's ethical and what can we do? Or, oh, this is a great idea. It's just been really great. So we don't have an exact number yet, but I know we all want it.
This space, this whole library is beautiful.
Yeah.
It has such a warm, welcoming feeling. And I can walk around, and I pretty much, and you too, because you've been doing this for a while, you know who's homeless on the computer. Everybody's so well behaved. There's this stigma surrounding homelessness, that they're all drug addicts, they're all mentally ill. And yes, that's an issue with people on the streets. But, I just love coming in here, seeing, my people, if you would, our homeless neighbors, having such a cool environment to hang out with, and that you're providing support. I just love it.
Yeah, it is. We've got one of our tenets is to be welcoming and to be caring. And I think our entire staff are just welcoming to everyone, and not, picking and choosing and trying to figure out what people's stories are, letting our customers tell their own stories and then helping them to meet their needs. And so I think what happens here is beautiful.
What would you say to other communities or other libraries about starting something like this? Because I'm sure every library in the country is having a challenge with low income in the homeless population.
Sure. So, if you're interested in starting something like this, there's a whole community out there. PLA, so the Public Library Association, has created a task force, and we help to host monthly webinars. And so you can get on and you can ask social workers questions who work in libraries. How does this get started? Where do I go? What am I looking for? What kind of programs can we offer? How much does it cost? You can ask all kinds of questions and get all kinds of answers. And they're also recorded. So if you haven't been to any of the ones in the past, you can log on to PLA now, listen to the live ones from the past, get some answers, and find some places to get started, as well as get some contact information for how to reach out to myself, or some of the ones that we have up in New Jersey or in California or Chicago.
Great. I will link to it below. Any last words?
I mean, I've always said that this has probably been the highlight of my career. It's been, as a social worker, we think about micro, so helping individuals one-on-one, and then macro, so helping whole communities. And this has been like a meso placement. I get to do a little bit of everything, and it is the most rewarding job I've ever had. And I'm really proud of what's happened here and what the library's doing.
I'm glad Reggie brought me up. When he first said the library, I was like, oh, I do libraries all the time. And then I walk into this beautiful space, and most libraries are beautiful. You guys are just exceptionally beautiful. It's just very welcoming and light and beautiful. And then you have this space, and there's a bunch of you. Really great. And thank you for taking the time.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. If you're out there and you're curious about this, I'll provide some links below. I'll link to the Dallas Library video I did, and many of you use the library. You have homeless neighbors there. I mean, they're our community too, and we have to remember that. So thanks everybody for watching.